Oh man, I really don't have a life, do I? LEGO is a big reason why I'm such a big Star Wars fan, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. A lot of you probably grew up playing the video games and bought the overpriced sets of what is arguably LEGO's biggest license. Apart from the games and toys, you're probably aware of some of the countless animated shorts, series, and specials that the LEGO Group has put out over the years, from early attempts like the incredibly unsettling Revenge of the Brick, ew, to newer series like the Freemaker Adventures and my personal favorite, LEGO Droid Tales.
I think there's something unique and different about you. A power and gift I've never seen in a child.
The red flag's here!
You'll do great things for the Republic.
Can't warn anyone from making a tragic mistake without a red flag!
Have you ever considered being a Jedi?
Big red flags!
These animated projects blend the whimsical and creative philosophies of both the LEGO and Star Wars brands, taking the best of both worlds and creating stories that both younger and older fans can enjoy, often satirizing the sillier elements of the movies in the process. Well, today we're taking a look at the recently released Disney Plus exclusive LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special. And you can probably already tell from the title that this special is a playful jab at the infamous 1978 Holiday Special, which not only introduced the world to Life Day, the Star Wars Galaxy's equivalent of Christmas, but also this lovely creature. And also Luke Skywalker wearing eyeliner. It was a weird special. Well, enough with the dilly-dally, let's dive right into this pile of bricks and see if LEGO can successfully apply their signature sense of whimsy and parody to this baffling chapter of the Star Wars mythos, and produce a Star Wars holiday special that doesn't give you debilitating nightmares. Set after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, where just like in the original holiday special, we join our main characters preparing for a Life Day celebration with Chewbacca's family and Kashyyyk, just with more porgs and less Harvey Korman. You win some, you lose some. Rey begins to train Finn in the ways of the Force, when she realizes that she's actually a pretty terrible teacher.
Are you sure I'm ready to become a Jedi?
Hand me the lightsaber.
Guess not.
She then seeks some much-needed guidance from the ancient Jedi texts, sending her and BB-8 to the planet Kordoku, where she discovers a mysterious artifact with the ability to act as a key to the world between worlds. And yes, that's an actual thing. Watch Rebels, you guys. These portals send Rey and BB-8 on a wacky adventure through time and space, visiting iconic set pieces and characters from throughout the saga, inadvertently changing the course of the galaxy in the process. Can they fix the timeline and return to their Life Day festivities? Well, watch it and find out, I'm not gonna tell you. This is probably the most high-profile LEGO Star Wars animated project yet, in that it's technically the first and so far the only official piece of Star Wars media set after The Rise of Skywalker. Sure, it's not the most ambitious story ever, but it does deliver on some interesting ideas. It felt good seeing Rey train Finn as a Jedi. It's a logical next step in the story after learning that he's Force-sensitive. And it was also cool to see her continue to learn from the ancient Jedi texts and consult with the Jedi Masters of the past, both through the Force and physically through the time travel element. While this is obviously not canon, the familiar and delightful voice cast does add a sense of authenticity to this. Not only do some actors reprise their roles from the movies, like Kelly Marie Tran, Anthony Daniels, and Billy Dee Williams, but we also get franchise regulars like Tom Kane as Yoda, James Arnold Taylor as Obi-Wan, Matt Lanter as Anakin, and D. Bradley Baker as the Clone Troopers. Some of the sound-alikes can be a mixed bag, however. There are some great impressions here. There's Helen Sadler, who always does such a fantastic job as Rey that I always have to look up if it's her or Daisy Ridley doing the voice in whatever she's in. Jake Green does a great Poe Dameron too. I wasn't too sold on Omar Green as Finn, and while it's cool to see Star Wars develop the Finn as a Jedi idea, it's very bare bones, and the character is unfortunately as sidelined as he was in the last two Skywalker Saga installments. They did give Rose more screen time than in The Rise of Skywalker though, so that's something at least. And yes, I did count. Oh man, I really don't have a life, do I? As with the other LEGO animated projects, everything is fair game to be made fun of. From the original trilogy to the prequels and the sequels, and even a little Mandalorian sprinkle tossed in.
Oh,
so cute.
Of course, it's all in good fun, and what we get here is a celebration of Star Wars past and present as much as it is a holiday special. There are a ton of fun character appearances and interactions here that I won't spoil just because they're worth the surprise. The jokes come hard and fast, and there were several times that I laughed out loud during this special. Being a holiday special, naturally there are some holiday messages. You'll notice some parallels to It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Carol, but with a Star Wars flavor. Some of these came off as a bit corny and shoehorned in, but it's not a big deal, honestly. What is a big deal is the weird bumpy texturing they have in the character models. What's up with that? As far as I know, this wasn't an effect they did in any of the previous LEGO animations, so I'm not too sure why they decided to do this. It doesn't look too bad from a distance, but you can definitely see it whenever they do close-ups. LEGO is supposed to look shiny and smooth. Why did they make them look like they're made of concrete? Well, at least it's better than that. The animation itself isn't anything to write home about. Sure, there are a handful of character moments that do look a little stiff, but the animation does the job, and the lightsaber duels were a highlight. While this is definitely not one of LEGO's strongest specials, it's still well worth giving 40 minutes of your time, especially if you have kids to enjoy this with. I can see families really having a good time with this during the holiday season. Younger fans are gonna enjoy the silliness, and older fans will appreciate all the in-jokes and callbacks.
Hello there.
It's a harmless, lighthearted special that doesn't overstay its welcome. In fact, I kinda wish this was longer. A longer runtime really would have helped to flesh out some of the more half-baked ideas and throw in even more hilarious scenarios with all the characters interacting and breaking the boundaries of the canonical timeline. But if you're in the mood for a quick and silly Star Wars adventure while waiting for the next Mandalorian episode, you can't go wrong with this one. I give the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special a score of a flat-chested, shirtless LEGO Kylo Ren. Also, where can I get my hands on one of those mystical keys so I can travel to the future and play the new LEGO Star Wars game? Hope you guys enjoyed that very quick review. I'd also like to take some time to thank everyone watching for helping me reach the coveted milestone of 100 subscribers. I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate all the comments, all the likes, all the subscriptions. You guys are the absolute best. This has been the Kyber Q Show, and I'll see you guys in the next one.